pages. Chronicles, Gospels, prophets, sages. Leviticus, laws, to Paul's find phrases. Turning them corners, your spiritual mazes. Genesis to Revelation, so divine. Flip them scripts, endless grace you'll find. Psalms singing sweet, unbroken lines. Hitting that rhythm, wordplay refined. Anybody in here blessed? Anybody in here blessed? Bible in 1 year, we don't rest. Anybody in here blessed? Wake up early, the dawn's light shimmers. Spiritual breakfast, soul food dinners. Isaiah's vision, Ezekiel's figures. Walk through the fire, no one limbers. Kings and judges, prophets profound. Plowing the word, no mythical ground. Verse after verse, wisdom's bound. Heavenly soundtrack, soul serving sound. Anybody in here blessed? Anybody in here blessed? Bible in 1 year, we don't rest. Anybody in here blessed? No shortcuts, all divine routes. Listen to the whispers, no room for doubt. Parables drop stronger than gold faucets. Souls hydrated from divine prophets. Study the book, change perspectives. Carefully crafted, not too subjective. A year to reflect, learning perfect. Patterns of grace that time can't deflect. Old Testament drops deep and so real. Kings and warriors, covenant seals. Split that Red Sea, divine reveal. Commandments written, not made of steel. Bethlehem birth to cross on the hill. Unfolding the never blessings, pastor with skill. Scripture flip, every verse fulfilled.
Through the word, every verse, every chapter, nothing unheard. Everybody in here blessed, I'm blessed. Everybody in here blessed, I'm blessed. Yo, online sermons, holy vibes delivered. Spreading light, got the sinners reconsidered. Psalm to psalm, man's like a holy DJ. Flipping through scripture, repping the Yahweh. Your emotes in the chat, praising the message. Flat cap on point, teaching eternal lessons. Everybody in here blessed, I'm blessed. Everybody in here blessed, I'm blessed. Digital pulpit, preaching like a pro. Followers grow as the faith overflow. Keyboard clicks, holy words they stick. Raining blessings down with a slick rhyme trick. Virtual congregation, united in devotion. 1 year strong, a spiritual promotion. He's a life coach with divine instructions. Streaming holiness, no room for interruption. Flat cap changed the game, new pastoral fame. Virtual shepherd, he's embracing the mainframe. In the comments, affirmatives and amens. With each Goliath tackled, faith extend. Everybody in here blessed, I'm blessed, I'm blessed. Everybody in here blessed, I'm blessed, I'm blessed. Yo, online sermons, holy vibes delivered. Spreading light, got the sinners reconsidered. Psalm to psalm, man's like a holy DJ. Flipping through scripture, repping the Yahweh. Your emotes in the chat, praising the message. Flat cap on point, teaching eternal lessons. Everybody in here blessed, I'm blessed, I'm blessed. Everybody in here blessed, I'm blessed, I'm blessed. Digital pulpit, preaching like a pro. Followers grow as the faith overflow. Keyboard clicks, holy words they stick. Raining blessings down with a slick rhyme trick. Virtual congregation, united in devotion. 1 year strong, a spiritual promotion. He's a life coach with divine instructions. Streaming holiness, no room for interruption. Flat cap changed the game, new pastoral fame. Virtual shepherd, he's embracing the mainframe. In the comments, affirmatives and amens. With each Goliath tackled, faith extend. Everybody in here blessed, I'm blessed, I'm blessed. 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 Digital pulpit, preaching like a pro. Followers grow as the faith overflow. Keyboard clicks, holy words they stick. Raining blessings down with a slick rhyme trick.
Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. All right. Sounds good today. You know what? Oh, I know why. I didn't put the elephant back there, but I don't like that angle. That angle's a little bit too steep. Let me fix that a minute. There we go. There we go. It just looks kind of funny with that much of an angle. I don't know anybody else cares, but that's the kind of thing that bugs me. Let me turn these off. We off. Okay. And we good. We up. We running. We ready to roll. Ready to rock and roll. Ready to whatever for the day. So, all right. Everybody in here ready to roll? I hope so. And I'm about ready to roll out of here. So shortly after streaming, I hit the road for a nice 5.5 hour drive to go to an event and then drive back and then get up and go to the airport tomorrow. So, you know, great timing on my part for doing that. But this is how I am often. I will take and do things that seem like you're just trying to do too much, but I don't see it that way. Let me see, what do I have here? Okay, that's what that is. Hope everybody's day is going well. Let's get over and see what we're supposed to be doing today. It's Torah Tuesday. Sound like I'm trying to be some announcer. Torah Tuesday. I need to get like some reverb or something. That would be pretty cool if I could figure out how to do that. I can do this. Torah Tuesday. There we go. All right. Bum 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 bum. Da 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 da. We need to see what I am looking at. It's on the other screen. You can't see that. I need to click on it and open the thing up. Why doesn't it auto do it every time? It won't do. It don't do. It's now there just for you. Okay. Genesis 28, verse 9 is where we left off. Not sure what that was in the middle of, so let's go find out. We're going to read some Genesis. That's right. We're going to start in 28 or 9. Is it 28? Can't remember. We're going to start in 28, verse 9. All right, this is what happens when no one's here in the chat. I'm just entertaining myself. Okay. So we finished up with the life and the information on Esau. Or sorry. Oh no. We're just getting the okay. We're finishing up in everything before we take off, or Jacob takes off. That's where we are. We're ready for Jacob to take off and split because he done swindled his brother, and it's not working out well for him. There we go. Oh, bum bum. Okay. What am I? Oh, I know what I want. That's what I want. There we go. That was redeemed. Oh, and I need to do that today. Okay. I need to get stickers in the mail today to Supersonic. Needs to get done today. since it seems that no one's here yet, let me go see if I can find. Let me give you the fish a minute. Let me see if I can find the address there.
Gamers, and cosplayers. Last year, ReachConf was an absolute blast. An
My
in
mouse will
real-life
give me
celebration
control
where
of it.
creators connected, impactful speakers inspired,
Wow, mouse is
gaming
jumpy
tournaments,
again today. I don't know
on-stage
why it does that.
shenanigans, and fantastic music kept the energy high. It was more than an event. It was a community coming together. Get ready for ReachConf 2025, happening November 6 to 8. All the best parts of gaming and creative culture will be there, live and in person. Last year, we hit capacity, and even with increased numbers this year, tickets are sure to sell fast. Don't miss your chance to be part of the ultimate IRL experience. Grab your tickets now and join the movement.
Stream it live, come what may. With his cam, he shows it all. Little fish, both big and small. Life in ponds so serene. Nature's beauty on a screen. See the ripples, watch the flow. Hear the music, gentle glow. Flat caps charm and calming tone makes the fish feel right at home. Watch the fish, they swim along to the rhythm of his song. Flat cat pasture shows the way. Stream it live, come what may. Refuse Cammy shows it all. Little fish, both big and small. Life in ponds so serene. Nature's beauty on a screen. See the ripples, watch the flow. Hear the music, gentle glow. Flat caps charm and calming tone makes the fish feel right at home. Watch the fish, they swim along to the rhythm of his song. Flat cap pasture shows the way. Stream it live, come what may. Flat cap pasture rocks his tweed, streaming life by the reeds. Fish pond calm and glassy clear, view it all right from here. Dapper man with sax in hand plays tunes by his quiet land. Acoustic guitar in the breeze serenades the fish with ease. Watch the fish, they swim along.
Hey, Ja Ike Ben here. Pap Steel Mel, welcome in. I'm just doing. Hey, Subdue.
Flat cat pasture shows the way. Stream it live.
Taking care of something that I don't forget today, and I'm like, I need to do it now.
His cam, he shows it all.
Got to mail some stickers out.
Fish, both big and small. Life in ponds so serene. Nature's beauty on a screen. See the ripples, watch the flow. Hear the music, gentle glow. Flat caps charm and calming tone makes the fish feel right at home. Watch the fish, they swim along to the rhythm of his song. Flat
All right. Boom, bada boom, bada boom, boom, boom.
Stream it live, come what may.
All right. Got that ready to roll. Like, come on, I pushed the button. Let's get back over to the other screen. Okay, no worries. Take your time. Oh, yeah, no worries. Well, the thing was I'm looking, I just sat down. I was looking at my sticky notes of my to-do list, and I'm like, oh, that was on my to-do list. I need to do that. I promised I would do that this week before I left town, and I'm leaving town in a couple of hours, so I need to do it. So when we go to our first commercial break, I'll be running to the mailbox to put it in the mail. So, miss your old schedule right now. Driving in at 5:30 is for the birds. Oh, no doubt, my friend. Woo, that doesn't sound fun at all. By the way, your last pictures I saw were fantastic. They were fantastic. Loved seeing those. Okay. Bum, ba-da-bum, bum, 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 bum. 5:30 is so early. Well, it is, but right now the sun is up and starting to get light before 6 a.m. where I live, and I just constantly am waking up before my alarm. I actually had thought today, since it's going to be a late night for me, that I was going to sleep in and not watch Ukulele for Worship, and I would be on the road and all of that for quite a long time today. That I'm like, I'm just going to skip that, sleep in. And I woke up before my regular alarm. So, what are you going to do? Oh, both of them. Both of them. I saw both of them. I was thinking the library pics that you sent on Discord. But, yeah, I did see the pics of your kids, which is always fun. Okay. Let's get on over to the Bible. Bum, 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 bum. Wow, I'm having one of those days again where my mouse is being bonkers. So we'll see what happens with that. Okay. Where are you at, mouse? Wow, you're jumping from screen to screen. Now I lost you again. Okay. Oh, we still need to switch dark mode. Oh, it's down here. You don't use an alarm? I would. Well, I like the get up at a regular time aspect of an alarm. When I go on vacation, I don't use an alarm, and I'm still up super early when I'm on vacation. So my wife will sleep in, and I will have to go occupy myself for several hours. Why do computer programmers prefer dark mode? Because light attracts bugs. Where's my mouse? Come on, mouse, do your thing. Okay. Okay. It's so true, though. Yeah. Oh, now I need to make it large. Large? So we can read it. There we go. All right. No stream tomorrow morning. Planning on streaming on Thursday. No stream on Friday. That's what it looks like. Now, I will be in the Dallas area, and so who knows? Maybe I'll do some weird live streams while I'm about, but I don't know, because part of the thing will be is maybe I will have conversations with a lot of people, and so I'll be occupied with being in person, and I will not have time to do any IRL streams. But I will probably be making VODs nonetheless. So stay tuned. And also, you can go check out my fish. At least not to wake up. You do use them to tell you when it's time to do things like meetings and appointments. Yeah. Well, like I said, I have tried to stick to a schedule of I go to bed at the same time, 10 p.m., and I wake up at the same time, 6 a.m. That's 8 hours. So that's what I try to do. I know there's no way I will be in bed before 10 a.m. tonight, because I think I get done at 8 and I have a 6-hour drive home. Don't think it's going to happen. We'll see what happens. So anyway, I'm going to a Brewpastor meeting. Anybody that cares to know? So Brewpastor started in an area 5 hours away from my house, and I'm going to go visit. They're having their Here's Everything Going On in our hopes for the year, and I'm the only one in Michigan, so I'm going to be going. Travel safe. Yes, it is quite the drive, but it's what I'll do sometimes. So, shiny penny, one shiny penny. Does that mean it's new or did it get polished? My brain is just now wondering what does this shiny penny mean? Is it brand new penny, or is it just been polished, or is it, because like if it was full copper, it got tarnished. I don't know. Maybe you have another thought on that. I'm not trying to pick fun of your names, but my brain goes to words have meanings all the time. That's a surprise to everybody. I know. Like I've said before, like I've had people ask me or tell me dude, quit quantifying and, parsing your words. And I'm like, but I want you to understand me, and I want you to understand my motives. And I don't think we've known each other long enough for you to fully be able to do that. So that's why I'm quantifying what I have to say. Oh, you'll tell me the story. It's hilarious. Oh, that's awesome. See, I didn't even ooh, there's a story. Ooh. I think of one shining moment, except it's one shiny penny. Okay. I don't know if you have this. I have songs, tunes that get stuck in my head. Da 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 da. So before you guys got in here, I was just got that stuck in my head. So I was singing, we will read we're gonna read some Genesis. We're starting in chapter 28. We're gonna start around verse 9. Read Genesis about Esau, Jacob. We're gonna read about he runs away. He runs away because his brother's mad. He stole his brother's blessing and he stole his birthright too, so sad. Run away, run away. He's gonna run and run and run away to his uncle Laban, where he'll find a wife. In fact, he's gonna get 2 of them and also concubines. Run away, run away. Okay, this is nobody wants this song. This is the song nobody requested, and you showed up for my stream, and this is what you got. Sorry, everybody. Okay. Oh, it's Looney Tunes. Yeah. So you got auto-modded for Looney Tunes. Ha, ha, ha. All your classical music was learned from Looney Tunes. See, that's where AI should be smart enough to know that it is Looney Tunes. It is an actual thing that you're referencing and not just calling someone a derogatory term. Okay. We're in verse 9. And see, just like that, I found a new tune. Now I'm got the A-team. Okay. See, look at this. I have headings marked, don't show me headings. I have to click mark headings and then say, put them away. Okay. Shiny penny. One day after a shower, you applied a lot of oil because you had very dry-skinned people. Your husband seen you and said, "You look like a shiny penny." Since then, it's stuck. Oh, that's hilarious. That's hilarious. You look like a shiny penny. I bet you did die laughing. Yes. Oh, okay. I love it. I love it. Thank you for the story. I'm sure you could elaborate a whole lot more, but there we go. That was beautiful. Okay. Bum. Meanwhile, back at the dojo. Oh, sorry. Oh, lyrical scripture reading. Yay. Subdue. Thank you for the, thank you for the clip. if I spent a little time, well, you know what? Actually, I don't know if I've ever told anybody on stream this. Back when I was in middle school, being a rapper, and I don't mean hip hop, okay? I mean rap was a real thing. And so what you would do is you would say lines and then another person would respond and you would make these up in the moment. Now you might have some prepped lines and things that you have thought up that you're just looking for an opportunity to slip those in and that kind of a thing. But it was all about the creativity of doing that in the moment. And so we would be just like in the vehicle with other people from school, like it's a school trip or something or whatever, and music is playing, and one person would be singing and making up words to whatever the tune was, and then another person would then have to pick up afterwards and jump in. So often it would be like a song you hadn't heard before. So I remember one guy, when the Thompson Twins came on, if you don't know them, don't worry about it, they're not that good. I'll get that love, I think is what the line is. And he misheard it or whatever. And he said, I'm going to get that mouse. I'll make it mine. And it just became this joke on this whole trip that we were on about I'm going to get that mouse. But the whole making up words as you go has just been something that has been part of my life the whole time. Oh, Shiny Penny, I am in the Reformed Church in America. If you've never heard of it, then that means you do not live in New York, Iowa, or Western Michigan. So, misheard lyrics make for good times, absolutely. It is the oldest Protestant denomination in the United States, but that doesn't mean anything. Okay, Meanwhile, that's where I got distracted. Meanwhile, back at the dojo. Meanwhile, Jacob left Beersheba and set out for Haran. He reached a certain place where he decided to camp because the sun had gone down. I love how this says this. He reached a certain place. What do they have in the footnotes there? He reached the place. The article may indicate simply that the place is definite in the mind of the narrator. However, as the story unfolds, the place transforms into a holy place. Yes, it does. So I love how they do not name the place. He just arrives at the place. He arrives. Oh, the second oldest? I don't know. Yeah, Eichmann here. That's an interesting question. Catholics are the oldest, and that is because the Spanish were in the United States prior to a permanent settlement by the rest of Europe. So Catholics are the oldest denomination in the United States, and the Reformed Church in America was the Dutch Reformed Church because the Dutch settled New Amsterdam before it was New York. It was New Amsterdam, and they were here with a permanent settlement and churches before the English got here. So my guess is it's going to be English, but if it's French, then it's still going to be Catholic, I think. So yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. And the other thing is it would have to be continuous. So like the Puritans, I don't think that denomination exists anymore. Yes, even old New York was once New Amsterdam. I was thinking about this the other day, about the Gulf of Mexico, they say. You know, like people were all complaining and up in arms about it. It's the Gulf of Mexico. You can't rename it. Why not? Go learn your history, friends. Things get renamed all the time. Okay, maybe we should do some Bible today. Or you can keep me distracted and talking about silly nonsense of names. Okay. Why they changed it, I can't say. People just liked it better that way. Oh, I like the Bible idea. Yeah, I've been here. Very, very well played, sir. Very well played. Okay. He reached a certain place where he decided to camp because the sun had gone down. He took one of the stones and placed it near his head. Oh, that's interesting. I've always heard it under his head. What do they have here on the footnote? And he put it at the place of his head. The text does not actually say the stone was placed under his head. Then why didn't you put it that way? He put the place of his head. Because near means it definitely isn't under, leaving the vagueness. Like, put it at the place of his head. I like that better instead of near his head. The text doesn't actually say the stone was placed under his head to serve as a pillow, although most interprets the translation assume this. It is possible that the stone served some other purpose. Jacob does not seem to have been a committed monotheist yet. I don't know if you're aware of this thought process, okay? Jacob may not have been a committed monotheist yet, so he may have believed it contained some spiritual power. Note that later in the story, he anticipated the stone becoming the residence of God. Many cultures throughout the world viewed certain types of stones as magical or sacred. And if you go into this a little bit further, there is the idea of having supernatural dreams by having a stone by or under your head when you sleep. Yeah, it would be a hard pillow. But if what Jacob is trying to do is find a way into the spiritual realm by what he's doing, he is absolutely going to end up doing that. And don't be bothered by this idea. Oh, maybe Jacob wasn't a strict monotheist at this point. Don't worry about that idea. Because in the end, he is going to become that. Okay, so we can have him on a developing trajectory. We also have that it appears, and if you weren't here last time, we looked at Esau, and Esau is marrying foreign women. And so it does appear that he is not considered and worried about following after Yahweh whatsoever. And perhaps part of the whole blessing thing, it was that that Isaac was going to bless him in hopes that he would come into being a Yahweh follower alone, and it doesn't appear that that's what ends up happening, as we can go through history and see that it doesn't turn out that way. It's Shiny Penny. It's not a definite, but when we're looking at Jacob and Esau, Jacob takes 2 wives from the daughters of the Hittites of Canaan. So warnings later are, well, and then also they caused lots of trouble for Isaac and Rebekah. They brought sorrow on Isaac and Rebekah. What would the sorrow be? Probably their pagan practices. Is part of what the thinking is. We are reading in, but it does not say. The other thing is, when Jacob talks about Esau, when he's stealing the blessing, he says to Isaac, your God. And remember, he's pretending to be Esau. So these would have been what he would have known that Esau would have said, that your God. So we could just read it as like the servant who says he's praying to Yahweh and he says, the God of my master Abraham. He could be doing out of reverence for Abraham and identifying him as the God, but most likely the servant who's been with Abraham is going to be following, but maybe not. Maybe not. So this. I just want to let you know that this is one of those lines of things. And like, here's one of the things. Don't get mad at your pastor if he's never shared this. He might not know this. But the other thing is how much time do I have in the middle of a sermon to stop and explain all of this possibility when I'm trying to get to a point that has nothing to do with this? So we just rush over it. We also have somewhat whitewashed our view of the Old Testament to a degree at which we want everything to look like it. There is no possibility of other gods. They're all fake. They're all false. So there isn't any. So everybody has to be a monotheist, or they have to be an idiot for worshiping things that aren't real. No, they don't worship things that aren't real. They worship things because they do demonstrate power. Why would God say don't worship other gods unless there was a possibility that there is a lesser God? And I don't mean a God in the same sense of God, the God who created the universe, but in a spiritual being that they would identify as a God. Yeah, Paps, you're right. It's not like it really matters in the bigger picture, but good for further study later. Yes. And it's also good to see this arc of change in someone's life so that when we have people who are in an arc of change, we're not surprised by it, we're not offended by it, and we don't think, oh no, there's no hope for them. Okay, so anyway, he may have been, by this rock thing, trying to elicit the spiritual realm. That's probably what is going on here. It's not about having a pillow, because that would be, why would that need to get noted if it was only for a pillow's sake? Either it is by his head or under his head. It doesn't matter. He is trying to, I think, connect with the spiritual realm. Okay. Then he fell asleep. Oh, we have a footnote here. I guess I know what that's going to be. Oh, he laid down and dreamed. Okay, that's not what I was thinking. I was thinking that this was going to be the word. So I'm going to go look it up in the Hebrew a minute, because there is a particular word that is used for when God puts you to sleep, which is used of Adam in the garden. And if that's the word we have here, I want to know it. So we are in Genesis 28. This sounds like animism. Oh, it very much could be connected on some level with but it would have been, I don't know if they would have considered it animism, but animism could have some similar practices, Wade Mock. It's trying to connect with the spiritual realm, not necessarily animals, but yes. But that's what we learned from the study of ancient religions around the time that we think Abraham might have lived and before. Okay. We are in verse 11. And upon a certain place, and tarried there all night, because the sun was set. He took the stones of that place. Ooh, is that plural? Oh, he took of the stones. Okay, so it doesn't mean the stone he took was plural, but he took a stone of the place. Okay. And he put it from them, his pillow, or took them for his pillow, and lay down in that place to sleep. Okay. Notice, Sakab, Makom, Hu, Makom, Sakab. Okay, so we're going to look at Sakab here. We have some corn on Sakab. Mouse, man, I don't know why some days my mouse is just bonkers. Mouse, just
Strong's H,
behave.
7901, Shachav.
Okay, so to lie down is the word here. Okay, so the first time it's used is in Sodom. So it is not the word that is used of, so it is, if we go back to the text here. So it is to lie down in lie down. Like, that would be more literal. Like, what? But this is like what you have with the repetition of things that are going on. Okay, so it's not what I thought. Good to know. It does not say it's a supernatural sleep. And he had a dream. What do we have in the footnote here? Oh, and dreamed. He saw a stairway. Okay. Stairway. So the Hebrew noun sulam, ladder, stairway, occurs only here in the Old Testament, but it appears to be an Akkadian cognate similtu with metathesis of the second and third consonant of a feminine and a feminine ending. Obviously, everybody knows that. Which is a specialized meaning of stairway ramp. Okay, so you probably have heard it as Jacob's ladder. It could just be a stairway. It's only used this one place. So, okay. Anyway, it is a way to go up and down. That's it. Doesn't matter. on the earth, and its top reached to the heavens. The angels of God were going up and coming down it. And the Lord stood at the top. He said, I am the Lord, the God of your grandfather Abraham, the God of your father Isaac. I give you and your descendants the ground you are lying on. Your descendants will be like the dust of the earth, and you will spread out to the west, east, north, and south. And so all the families on earth may receive blessing through you and through your descendants. I am with you. I will protect you wherever you go, and I will bring you back to this land. I will not leave you until I have done what I promised to you. Okay. Look, I am with you. The clause in a nominative clause, the verb to be supplied could be present as it is translated, or future. Look, I will be with you. Oh, so look, I with you. Ooh, that's interesting. So they leave out the verb so that the verb is supplied. That is not good English, by the way, which is why English puts it in there. So we had the blessing, which was for him to be that God would do these things. But this is the first time we have God talking to Jacob. So as we're following our story, God appears to Abraham at least 3 times. He appears to Isaac a couple of times. Now he's appeared to Jacob. So, I am the God of your father Abraham, your grandfather Abraham. Then Jacob woke up and thought, surely the Lord is in this place, but I did not realize it. He was afraid and said, what an awesome place this is. This is nothing else than the house of God. This is the gate of heaven. Okay, this is Bethel, house of God. Beth is house, El on the end, house of God. So this is Bethel. Early in the morning, Jacob took the stone he had placed near his head, and he set it up as a sacred stone. Sacred stone. Such a stone could be used as a boundary marker, a burial stone, or as a shrine. Here the stone is intended to be a reminder of the stairway that was erected on which the Lord stood. In Hebrew, the translated sacred stone is derived from the verb translated erected and stood. Since the top of the stairway reached the heavens where the Lord stood, Jacob poured oil on the top of the stone. Okay. So, I'll give you this as an example. It'll be silly, but it'll make sense. So, hey, good morning, tomorrow. If you came across a battery and it's laying like this on its side, you don't think anything supernatural about it or intentional. It's just there. Okay, just imagine it's a stone. So it's like this. However, I'm not going to be able to do it. If it's standing upright like this, you're going to know someone intentionally stood it on end. It would not accidentally be standing on end. So that's what we're thinking about here. So maybe when he grabbed the stone, it's by his head. It's there, going to give him a little charge, going to get him a connection to the supernatural world. He finds a connection with God. He stands it on end as a marker. So whenever you see a stone standing on end, that is not natural. It doesn't happen that way. So people would do these to mark certain places around when they would either encounter God, when they would celebrate something, when they would boundary marker something, just depended on who put it and what it was for. Yes, this erected and stones remind you of Ebenezer. Yes, so Ebenezer would be one of these stones. Ebenezer is stone of help. So this isn't stone of help. This is a stone that is marking the place where he encountered God, where Bethel is, where the gates of heaven are. And if you've not heard this idea, let me give you this idea. So the idea, one way to think about the idea of, and I'm going to do this in a very, very silly way. I'm going to do this in a silly way. Okay. So if if this, and let me do it this way. I'll make it bigger so you can see this. If this represents the realm of the spiritual, and this represents the realm of earth and people. Okay, so let's say that this is earth, and this is heaven, and where these two overlap, that would be where the Garden of Eden was. Okay, so that is the realm in which where God comes to earth and encounters people, would be where the overlap of heaven and earth is. Okay, so ancient people had the idea that the dwelling place of gods are on mountains or in gardens, because those are plush places, or they're mysterious places, or they're far away. So on the top of a mountain, you could get the overlap of the spiritual realm and the earthly realm could come into contact. So this would be the idea here, that in this place is the gateway to a staircase that goes up, leading to the realm of the spiritual from an earthly place. So that is how Jacob's thinking is. It is an overlap where the two realms can come into contact with one another. I hope that makes sense. Where do you get the stickers? There's a redeem for stickers, Bob. Do you have enough points? Welcome in, Bob. Let me see what else there was. This is a timeline you don't live in anymore. You don't want to go back to, but you understand there being the possibility here in Jacob's case. Oh, yes. Lurk time to do run to school. All right, thank you. Yes. I don't know if those are under. Well, you know what? The merch doesn't actually give like. I gotta remember what my merch emote. You know what? Anyway, your stick 3-year-old ran up and gave you a kiss last night, and I was doomed from then on. Your sick 3-year-old. Oh no. So close, you'll get them soon. You know what? I'm gonna reduce it actually. Let me go do that right now. I've been thinking, I did set it really high. Let me go change it. I'm going to change it. What I set it high to begin with. More from I didn't know how often it would get used, and I didn't want to run out. But I'm going to reduce this. Because it is a really, really high. Where do I set the point number? There it is. Okay. There we go. It's changed. It's changed. So you should be. Yeah, I did set it high to begin with. I lowered it. We'll see how that level is. I might raise it again. I put it down to 20,000 instead of 50. All right. Send me DM me your address to send it to. If Hobo Bob will work on the address to mail it to you, I'll put that on there. But if it needs a name, let me know. I may not get it out till next week sometime. I'm leaving town today, so I don't know if I'll get it done. Okay. Anyway, this is stuff I don't usually get to cover. Like if I were doing a sermon on this, I just took a whole lot of time that I wouldn't have in a sermon to be able to do this. Yeah, you're going to have to decide, Eichmann, here, if you need the stickers, too. You don't have stickers? I thought I had sent you stickers before, Eichmann, here. Maybe not. Okay. He set it up as a sacred stone. Then he poured oil on top of it. So he is anointing it. That's the idea of anointing. Putting oil on is to anoint something. So this is a sacred place. He called the place House of God, although the former name of the town was Luz. So this is why they don't mention the name. He went to a certain place. You've gotten soaps before. Oh, okay, that makes sense. When I did a giveaway for coffee and soap for Streamiversary, that makes sense. Then Jacob made a vow saying, if God is with me and protects me on my journey I am taking and gives me food to eat and clothing to wear, and I return safely to my father's house, then the Lord will be my God. Okay, so why do we have this here? If. Okay, so I was posing the idea that maybe Jacob is not a monotheist. Maybe Jacob is open to other gods. Here's another statement that leads us to that. Now you know my secret. I'm not a true hobo. I have an address. Well, maybe it's just a P.O. box and not an address. Okay. If God is with me and protects me on this journey I am taking and gives me food to eat and clothing to wear and I return safely to my father's house, then the Lord will become my God. So look at all the caveats here. God needs to protect him. He needs to give him food, clothing, and return him safely. So, God, you promised these things. Here's my things. If you do these things, I will follow you. So this sounds like it is a conditional following, and if you show me all these things, then I will do this. Then and only then. So this is why there's the thought that maybe Jacob is not a monotheist. Here's an encounter with God. Maybe he has known of the God of Abraham and of Isaac, but now he has met the God of Abraham and Isaac, and now he is saying, I'll do this if all these things happen. Thomas said to him, my Lord and my God. Then Jesus said to him, because you have seen me and have believed, blessed are those who have not seen and still believe. Yes. Okay. Anyway, just to follow up on, here's another one of those clues in the text that maybe Jacob was not a monotheist. Then this stone that I have set up as a sacred stone, how is it sacred? He anointed it with oil, will be the house of God, will be Bethel, and I will surely give you back a tenth of everything you give me. So I'm going on this venture. When I return, I'll give you a tenth. But this is what you are calling on me. I'm willing to go in that direction. So Jacob moved on and came to the land of the eastern people. Oh, that's interesting. Eastern people. The land of the sons of the east. He saw in the field a well where 3 flocks of sheep lying beside it, because the flocks were watered from the well. Yeah, I've been here claiming the sticker. Thank you, friend. I appreciate those. Like, the stickers are a way for me to give back to all of you for spending time with me. So it's just a way of appreciation. I got these. So actually the merch store, I'm going to go find what my command is for the merch store a minute anyway.
I'm banned.
Yes. I'm banned.
Didn't expect a kind of Spanish Inquisition. Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition.
Yeah, merch doesn't work that way. That's not the command for it, because Streamlabs has their own automatic one set up. So I couldn't use it as merch. I just don't remember what my command is. I know there's a timer that shows it. So let me go look a minute. I never know if my mouse will cooperate. Okay. Come on. It's not letting me log in. Are you kidding me? Oh, okay. Silly, silly, silly. So it is on one of the timers that says, there it is. There it is. There's the Redbubble /people /Flatcap Dapper. There it is. It just showed up in the chat. Okay. That is the merch. Are we back? Okay, I have no idea. So apparently something happened with my hub that drop sounds. Today's message will be pantomimed. Okay, so Redbubble is where I have merch set up, but these stickers are not in there. Those are over on Sticker Mule, and Sticker Mule now has a setup for people to be able to just order a single sticker and whatnot. So I will be working on Sticker Mule because these are much better quality stickers than I got from Redbubble, but I've gotten t-shirts from Redbubble. So if you ever see me with the t-shirts on that have all of the quotes from Job on them, I made all of those on Redbubble, and you can go and get a t-shirt there. So, but I will be looking at Sticker Mule. I like the quality of their stuff. It is a little more expensive, but I'm going with Sticker Mule. So I'll be doing more stuff. So this is why right now it's like I ordered like 100 of each. So this is just me giving back to community. When you say, hey, I would enjoy. Is it all right if? Yes, it's fine. To be able to take and get me to send you some stickers. So, okay. So Jacob is moving on. He came to the land of the eastern people. I just wondering if there was something there. It doesn't look like it. Sons of the east. He saw in the field that there were 3 flocks. So what this is, I think, is doing is being vague and not specific. Thanks you for the lurk. Not telling you that he has reached his destination yet. He's just gone east. We know he's going east. Where is he at? He's found some flocks. 3 flocks of sheep lying beside it because the flocks were watered from the well. Now a large stone covered the mouth of the well. Why? So that no one gets into it or falls into it accidentally, and to protect it and to keep predators out of it. When all the flocks were gathered there, the shepherds would roll the stone off the mouth of the well and water the sheep. Then they would put the stone back in place over the mouth's well, or the well's mouth. So this is an ongoing thing. He had not yet reached his destination. Exactly. So there are 3 of them there that could be watering. And he's like, why aren't you watering? Like, there's 3, but we got to wait for everybody to get here. Yes, rolling the stone away reminds you of Easter. Yes, so this is, another connection. Water is going to be the source of life. The living water is what was behind the stone that was rolled away at Easter. Here, there is a well. Are you better than Jacob, who gave us this well? This isn't the well of Jacob, but Same idea there. A lot of well connections. Exactly. Okay. Jacob asked them, "My brothers, where are you from?" They replied, "From Haran." So he said to them, "Do you know Laban, the grandson of Nahor?" "We know him," they said. "Is he well?" Jacob asked. They replied, "He is well. Now look, here comes his daughter Rachel with the sheep." Then Jacob said, "Since it is still the midday, it is not time for the flocks to be gathered. You should water the sheep and then go and let them graze some more." "We can't," they said, "until all the flocks are gathered and the stone is rolled away off the mouth of the well. Then we water the sheep." Like, do you not okay. I've watched Germans do TikTok videos and shorts and reels talking about the idea. This is really like a German mindset of, this is the procedure. We have to wait for all flocks to be gathered. We can't water from the well. No, all flocks aren't gathered. The process is all flocks are gathered, then we roll the stone away. It doesn't matter if we're here now. We can't. No, it doesn't. No, can't happen. While he was still speaking with them, Rachel arrived with her father's sheep. Sorry. I scrolled and I lost my place. There it is. For she was tending them. When Jacob saw Rachel, the daughter of his uncle Laban, and the sheep of his uncle Laban, he went over and rolled the stone off the mouth of the well and watered the sheep of his uncle Laban. So don't care what your rules are. I'm going to take care of what needs to be done. So notice what happened with his mother. His mother was the one who went down into the well to water the camels of Abraham's servant. That's what Rebekah did. Now, Jacob the son, the one who is there, who has learned hospitality from his mother, is going to roll the stone away to water the sheep of his uncle. When Jacob explained to Rachel that he was a relative of her father and the son of Rebekah, she ran and told her father, leaving all the sheep behind. Don't know. Just doesn't say the sheep went with. When Laban heard this news about Jacob, his sister's son, he rushed out to meet him. He embraced him and kissed him and brought him to his house. Jacob told Laban how he was related to him. Then Laban said to him, "You are indeed my own flesh and blood." So Jacob stayed with him for a month. Okay, so it indeed does sound like she just leaves all the sheep when she learns the news. She runs and gets Dad. Dad comes back. Now, it doesn't say Dad ran, okay? Dad goes to meet him and brings him and embraces him and brings him back. What did Dad do? What did Laban do? When Rebekah met the stranger at the well, he went out and brought him to the house. This is a repeat. Laban is doing the same thing. Laban tried to get blessed, tried to swindle, tried to keep, tried to whatever way you want to describe it. He tried to hold on to the wealth that was given to Rebekah. Is he going to do the same thing now? Dun, 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 dun. Then Laban said to Jacob, "Should you work for me for nothing because you are my relative? Tell me what your wages should be." Okay, this is such a fascinating idea. So Jacob is now there with him. Jacob is working. So what am I supposed to pay you? You're a relative. You're not a day laborer. How can we make this right? You tell me. Okay. And this happens all the time, when you apply for a job, you do an interview, there is you tell me what you're worth. You tell me, hey, welcome in, I'm watching you people. The person who is getting paid is often asked to tell the salary they want. I mean, unless you're an hourly worker, then they will sometimes say, here's our starting wage, and if you have more experience, you can go above that. But if you are a salary worker, you usually are asked, what salary do you want? And you open the bidding. So these aren't actual numbers. I'm going to make fictitious numbers up for my wife with her position. So these are in no way real. They said, how much should we pay you? And she said, I think that somewhere between, $8,000 and $9,000. Yeah, $7 billion per hour. I like that. Yes. Now I was going really low. $8,000 and $9,000 a year, which is nobody's working for that. And they said, oh, okay, so $8,000 it is. Only to find out later that they were willing to pay $12,000 a year. So 25% more is what they were willing to pay when she started, and she didn't know it. But since she started the negotiations out, they got her for super cheap. So this is why. But the other side of it is, what if she had said $12,000 and they were only willing to pay $10,000? Now you're evaluated on overestimating yourself. Like this is the horrible thing of negotiation of your wages. I simply hate it. And thankfully with pastors, there's usually not much negotiation whatsoever. All right, we got ad breaks coming in.
Content creators, gamers, and cosplayers. Last year, ReachConf was an absolute blast, an in-real-life celebration where creators connected, impactful speakers inspired, gaming tourneys, on-stage shenanigans, and fantastic music kept the energy high. It was more than an event. It was a community coming together. Get ready for ReachConf 2025, happening November 6 to 8. All the best parts of gaming and creative culture will be there, live and in person. Last year, we hit capacity, and even with increased numbers this year, tickets are sure to sell fast. Don't miss your chance to be part of the ultimate IRL experience. Grab your tickets now and join the movement.
Stream it live, come what may. With his cam, he shows it all. Little fish, both big and small. Life in ponds so serene. Nature's beauty on a screen. See the ripples, watch the flow. Hear the music, gentle glow. Flat caps charm and calming tone makes the fish feel right at home. Watch the fish, they swim along to the rhythm of his song. Flat Cat Pastor shows the way. Stream it live, come what may. Refuse Cammy shows it all. Little fish, both big and small. Life in ponds so serene. Nature's beauty on a screen. See the ripples, watch the flow. Hear the music, gentle glow. Flat caps charm and calm in tone makes the fish feel right at home. Watch the fish, they swim along to the rhythm of his song. Flat Cat Pastor shows the way. Stream it live, come what may. Flat Cat Pastor rocks his tweet, streaming life by the reeds. Fish pond calm and glassy clear, view it all right from here. dapper man with sax in hand plays tunes by his quiet land. Acoustic guitar in the breeze serenades the fish with ease. Watch the fish, they swim.
All right. So those who were here early, I told you I'd be running to the mailbox when we took breaks, so I did. I just ran to the mailbox. So it's a little longer than normal there. See if I missed anything. Some Tim Tams and mango. I love when I get mango. You know, I haven't had mango in a long time. That sounds really good. Yeah, I wasn't back, so I couldn't. And by the way, yes, my wife is vital to the company. She absolutely is. Oh, by the way, just thinking, I need to message someone who was praying for my daughter. So I think I'd shared it here, but I might not have. Shoot, not what I want. Anyway, my daughter did start a position yesterday. She is doing temp gigs again, and so she's got like 3 temp gigs lined up for the next 2 months. So they're really, really short stints. So I meant to reply to him last night and let him know. I should post this in the Discord as well. So it's just a few short gigs, which will help. And hopefully she'll get something that'll be longer term, like, 6 months, a year, or something like that. Okay. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-bum. There's a grocery store in your area with a good international section. So you've had Tim Tams before, highly recommended. Yeah. I believe it was on this stream that we had the debate between I'm Watching You people and Five Looses about ginger beer, and you recommended some, and I posted those in the Discord. I was able to find them when I was on vacation last time, and boy, were they good. Boy, were they good. Okay. Back to the Bible. Okay, so, what should I pay you, my friend? What should I pay you? Now, Laban had 2 daughters. The older was named Leah, and the younger was named Rachel. You know what? Let's go see how they pronounce this. And let's go see what their names mean. Ba-da-ba-bum. Wait a minute. I missed that part. I thought there was a Jacob kissed Rachel and he lifted up his voice and wept, and Jacob told... Okay, did I miss that verse? Verse 11? Sorry, I gotta go back and look here. Yep. I missed that. The idiom calls deliberately attention to the fact that Jacob wept aloud. Ginger beer is ginger ale's more cultured cousin. Well, the only ginger ale I drink is Werner's. Like Canada Dry, like nothing. No. Schweppes. Werner's. Werner's is closer to a ginger beer. So, okay. So I just missed that. Okay. Okay, 2 daughters. Okay. Laban, we'll go look his name up. I don't remember his name's meaning. Leah and Rachel. Laban.
Strong's H 3837. Lavan.
White.
Lavan.
White. Okay. Leah.
Strong's H 3812. Leah. Leah.
So I know a lot of people say Leah. The Hebrew says Leah. And I've had people like give me weird looks like I'm trying to make it Princess Leia. She is Princess Leia. She is Princess Leia. Oh, yeah. Ginger ale is cheap, stomach calm for you. Yeah, it is good for that. Weary. Weary. Leia means weary. Princess Weary. Rachel.
Strong's H 7354. Rachel. Rachel.
Means you. Means female sheep. Rachel means female sheep. Anybody know a female sheep? You want to go tell them your name means female sheep? I'm not telling them. Yeah, I'm not telling them. And thank you for getting the word count in there. Okay. Okay. What shall be your wages, my friend? Okay. Leah's eyes were tender, but Rachel had a lovely figure and beautiful appearance. The eyes of Leah were tender. The disjunctive clause introduced here by the conjunction and a noun continues the parenthetical began in... Okay, no, I don't need that. You could tell me there's parentheticals. It is not clear what is meant by tender or delicate eyes. The expression may have meant she had appealing eyes. Yeah, I don't think so. Though some suggest that they were plain, not having the brightness normally expected. Either way, she did not measure up to her gorgeous sister. She was beautiful of form and beautiful of appearance. So, I've heard of somebody recently talking about the eyes of Leah and what it might mean, and I can't remember what it was. I believe it was on Bema podcast. Probably listened to a month or so ago, and I don't remember what it was. Oh, well. Anyway. The thing that you can say about Leah is her eyes. Usually it's translated weak. Like there's something wrong with them, but it could not be. It could be something different. Since Jacob had fallen in love with Rachel, he said, I'll serve you 7 years in exchange for your younger daughter, Rachel. 7, the number of totality and completeness. Okay, so let's just do some quick math. If 1 denarii is a day's wage, okay? It may not be in this time frame, but we're just going to pick that number because we know in the New Testament 1 denarii is a day's wage. And he's going to work for 7 years. 1 year, let's take all Sabbaths off. We'll add a few extra days off there. We'll call it 300 instead of 365, 52 off, extra holidays. We're calling it 300. He's got 300 denarii per year times 7, 21,000 denarii. Woo! Now, I think 7 is supposed to be symbolic here. The number of totality and completeness. Yep. 300 by 7, 2,100. Did I say 21,000? 2,100 denarii. So, I don't know what a day's wage is for you. If it's $100, that'd be 30,000. Am I right? No, I'm wrong on that. Anyway, I'm not trying to do math today's wages. That'll just get really crazy real quick. Okay. Anyway, why 7? Like, dude, how about I work for 2 years, and your daughter will be in exchange for me? How about you just give me your daughter now? How about you give me your daughter now, and then I'll work for you? How about we do that? Laban replied, I'd rather give her to you than another man. Stay with me. Eight times 7 billion equals 56 billion per day for Mrs. Fleck. Okay. Better my giving her to you than give her to another man. Oh, it's just the rephrasing there. I'm not a fan of when they just do the we're rephrasing and let me show you what it would be in Hebrew word order. I don't care. I understand when you do that. Okay. So Jacob worked for 7 years to acquire a ewe lamb. Oh, in exchange for to acquire a ewe lamb. Boy, there's something there if you're thinking of the name meaning. 7 years to acquire a ewe. But they seemed like only a few days to him because his love for her was so great. The words "was so great" are supplied for stylistic reasons. Okay. Finally, Jacob said to Laban, "Give me my wife, for my time of service is up, and I want to sleep with her." I want to approach. The verb bo with the preposition el means come to or approach, but is also used as a euphemism for sexual relations. Yes, but how about you give us a euphemism instead? The verb is a cohortative. It may be subordinate to the preceding request so that I may sleep with her, or it may be an independent clause expressing his desires. Yes, like, my service is up and I long for her. You could have gone that direction. It doesn't actually have sleep in it. I want to approach her. I long for her. That would have been better. So Laban invited all the people of the place and prepared a feast. In the evening, he brought his daughter Leah to Jacob, and he slept with her. Dun, 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 dun. He approached her. Laban gave his female servant Zilpah to his daughter Leah to be her servant. In the morning, Jacob discovered it was Leah. Okay, this is always one of those things like, how does he get fooled? How does he get fooled by this? Okay, I don't know how closely. I mean, I know some sisters look really, really close to each other. Okay? But we already have in description that they don't. Now, maybe their height is the same. Maybe their height's the same. I don't know. Maybe, like, you know, you're wearing garments. You can't really tell their form. You can't tell anything. Now it's dark. She has a veil on. There's deception. He gets duped. It just... Like, wouldn't her voice have given her away? I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, so Jacob said to Laban, "What in the world have you done to me? Didn't I work for you in exchange for Rachel? Why have you tricked me?" The Hebrew verb translated trick, ramah, is cognate to the noun in Genesis 27:35 to describe Jacob's deception of Esau. Jacob is discovering that what goes around comes around. Or you could say karma. So Jacob ramahd his brother, and now his uncle ramahs him. Ha, ha, ha. That's wild. I do sometimes wonder if the trick for Laban was a lesson that God wanted Jacob to learn about being shifty. The world may never know. Well, God may use it, but we already know Uncle Laban is shifty. And the fact that Mom is the one that encouraged.
Didn't expect a kind of Spanish Inquisition. Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition.
Mix the pick. Welcome in. That's such a good redeem. Unexpectedly. Appreciate it, friend. So we already know that the family is a family of tricksters because Mom tells son to trick Dad, and Laban had already tried to get some trickery to get the servant to stay, to not have Rachel go back, and the servant worked his way out of that. So now we have Uncle Laban full force on this. Laban replies, "It is not our custom here to give the younger daughter in marriage before the firstborn." Then how about you tell me this? How about I help her get married off? Like, so you had 7 years of waiting and you didn't try to marry off your older daughter. Laban had this plan in mind for 7 years. Laban has this plan in mind for 7 years. I'm telling you straight up. He has this in mind for 7 years. Yes, you had 7 years to tell me this. Exactly. Womp, womp, womp. Yes. As soon as I said this, you knew what you were going to do. Why? Because you knew there was something about Leah that was going to make it difficult to marry her off, and so you dumped her on me. You could have told me. Everyone had 7 years to tell you this. Yes, everyone. Rachel could have said it. Okay. Complete the older daughter's bridal week. Then we will give you the younger one too in exchange for 7 more years of work. See, he already has his plan. I'm getting 14. You said you would pay me 7. I'm getting 14 out of you. Okay, but let's go back here to the daughter's bridal week. Bridal week, an ancient Hebrew marriage ceremony, included an entire week of festivities. Fulfill the period of 7 of this one. The reference to this one has been specified in the translation as my older daughter for clarity. So the bridal week is a 7-week festival going on. The Hebrew loves the 7-week festival. We get further on. There are 3 celebrations that are 7-week festivals. They're ongoing. Bridal party, bridal celebration, a week-long festival. So he's going to have a wedding. He's going to have a bridal celebration for a week, and then he gets to get married again a week later. Was Rachel aware of Jacob working for her the entire time? Because I can't help but wonder if she was going along with her father on this. If I saw my husband working faithfully for me for 7 years and thought of him to be of good character, I'd be fussing at your father for the trickery and I go with him right away. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, the thing is, I think that she needs to go along with it because she's in her father's household. How is she going to go against her father? Okay? Now, maybe there was a way she could have said something, but I don't think there is. I think that she could, I don't think there's a way she could have warned him. And maybe she doesn't fully know that her dad is going to pull this. Maybe she's just assuming that dad is going to break custom and marry her off, and dad pulls it on her last minute. I don't know. Oh, you have 2 clownfish at home as of recently, actually. Mick, that's awesome. Then again, you're coming at it from your, yes, modern sensibilities and emotion, exactly. And this story about people in ancient times and different cultures. Yeah, like I said, I think either if she did know about it, she had to go along because she's in her father's household. So the difficulty of going along with, or not going along with it because of culture. Yeah, I don't think she had much choice either way. Exactly. She would not have had much choice. 7 week or 7 days? It's a week. It is a bridal week, so it's 7 days. Did I say 7 week? I meant 7 days. So, where is it? Yes. Give my older daughter her bridal week. So 7 days. So the bridal week is 7 days. You have the wedding. You're going to celebrate for 7 days. The whole ceremony, the celebration of the wedding, and then you'll get another marriage and you'll have my other daughter. But I get another 7 more years of work out of you. Jacob did as Laban said. When Jacob completed Leah's bridal week, Laban gave him his daughter Rachel to be his wife. Laban gave his female servant Bilhah to his daughter Rachel to be her servant. So upon becoming a wife, you as my daughter get a servant to be tending to you. Jacob slept with Rachel as well. He also loved Rachel more than Leah. Then he worked for Laban for 7 more years. Okay, notice what we don't hear either here is, does Rachel get a 7 day, a bridal week celebration here? I don't know if she does, or it's just the end of the bridal celebration of her sister. She gets a wedding. And now, maybe by custom, we would assume that she gets a bridal week too, but it doesn't specifically say this. So let's think, if she doesn't get a bridal week, if dad doesn't put on another party for another week and the guests get to stay for 2 weeks and party with these 2 daughters getting married off, how does Rachel resent older sister if that's the case? I don't know. It doesn't tell us. It could just have naturally been that we should assume that she gets the bridal week because that's the custom, so it would have happened, but it doesn't include it in the story. When the Lord saw that Leah was unloved, what word do we have here? Bum, bum, bum. Hated. The rhetorical device of overstatement is used, which says simply that Jacob loved Rachel more than he did Leah, to emphasize that Rachel, as Jacob's true love and primary object of his affection, had an advantage over Leah. Tricky family, no doubt. That's why I suspect it could be, because it's a tricky family. He enabled her to become pregnant while Rachel remained childless. So Leah became pregnant and gave birth to a son. She named him Reuben. Okay, pay attention to the...
Help! I'm being repressed!
Yes, we've got repression going on in this family. Reuben means, look, a son. For she said, the Lord has looked with pity on my oppressed condition. I'm being oppressed. Yes, my oppressed condition. Leah's explanation of the name Reuben reflects a popular etymology, not an exact one. The name literally means look, a son, playing on the Hebrew word look. She observes that the Lord has looked with pity on her oppressed condition. Looked on my affliction. I like oppressed. Luce's welcome in. Surely my husband will love me now. Okay, why does she make this assumption? Because I have given him a son. I have given birth. I have blessed my husband. Therefore, he will now think of me more highly, and he will now love me because I've given him a son. She became pregnant again and had another son. She said, because the Lord heard that I am unloved, he gave me this one too. So she named him Simeon. Simeon is derived from the verbal root shema, that means hearing. The name is appropriate since it is the reminder that the Lord heard about Leah's unloved condition and responded with pity. So God has seen, God has heard. So my two children's names are God has seen, my husband doesn't love me, and God has heard that I am not loved. Yeah, Ike been here. You have to go to work now. Thankfully, you get paid in money rather than in wives. I don't want to get paid in wives. Woo! No, thank you. And you have to go to sleep now. Mick! Be blessed, my friend. Glad to see you. Have a blessed day, everybody who needs to take off. Help, help, I'm being repressed. It's one of my favorite lines ever. Ooh, did you hear that? That's a dead giveaway. Yes, I knew you were kidding. Have a good night. Okay. She became pregnant again and had another son. She said, now this time my husband will show me affection because I have given birth to my 3 sons and a television show will be spun off from it. No. Because I have given birth to 3 sons for him. This is why he was named Levi. The precise meaning of which is debated was appropriate because it sounds like the verb lava, to join, used by the statement earlier in the verse. Now this time my husband will show me affection. Now this time my husband will join me. How about being paid for rich wives that have money than Bezos? Okay. So look at how she is doing this. So just think about this in the family household, okay? Every time she's hollering the name of one of her kids out the window, out the tent, come on, God has seen, God has heard, my husband will join me. Okay, you don't have to have all of the pieces there, but join me. Heard, seen. Oh. Repress? All right. There we go. No hair. She became pregnant again and had another son. She said, this time I will praise the Lord. This is why she named him Judah. The name Judah means he will be praised and reflect the sentiment in Leah's expression in the statement recorded earlier in the voice. So the first 3 sons are all hoping that she is going to be loved by her husband. And the 4th one is, I just praise God. I'm going to stop trying to win my husband's love and affection. I'm going to praise God because he's blessed me with 4 children. Time to show off the haircut. There we go. And Judah is where Jesus is from. Yes, which we know, but no one in the story knows here. And, that's going to be a surprise. When Rachel saw she could not give Jacob children, she became jealous of her sister. She said to Jacob, give me children or I'll die. Yes, Jesus comes from very humble stock. Well, yes. It's Jacob's fault here. Jacob clearly has capacity to be able to have children. He's done it 4 times. So don't think Jacob is doing something wrong. But Jacob becomes furious with Rachel and exclaims, am I in the place of God who has kept you from having children? Now, let me just tell you, ladies and gentlemen, this is not something you say to your wife. If you are struggling with having children, never, never say this to your wife. Just don't. It's not going to be good. No. She replied, "Here is my servant Bilhah. Sleep with her so she can bear children for me. And I can have a family through her." Hats off. I'm watching you people. Must be here. Yes. Welcome back, Papstio. So they now are in a competition. So if anyone thinks, ooh, yes, because his ancestor was named praised, and we praise Jesus. Ooh, very cool. If anyone thinks that sister wives is a good idea, look what happens with the very first recording in Scripture of sister wives. Not good. Not good at all. Okay? So now we've got a child competition here, which is a horrible competition to be in. Who can produce the most children? Just not a great competition. Yeah, you do come in time to time and find out that you missed that redemption. Yeah. So I don't know if this is Rachel's plan when she comes in, or if this is out of anger because of Jacob's anger. Well, fine. Here's someone who can be my surrogate. That's really what so we need to put aside our modern ideas here. This would be the way surrogacy would work. Okay. So take my servant, and now we'll have a child to her. How did this work out with Aunt Sarah, Rachel? How did this work out with Aunt Sarah? Not good. Why are you copying Aunt Sarah? Okay. Mouse, where did you go? So Rachel gave her servant Bilhah as a wife, and Jacob slept with her. Bilhah became pregnant and gave Jacob a son. Then Rachel said, "God has vindicated me. He has responded to my prayer and given me a son." That is why she named him Dan. Come on, get on. There we go. Dan means he vindicated or he judged. So let's look at the daughters are doing. The daughters are back and forth naming their kids. Like every time you call out, "Dan, he vindicated, come home. God has heard, come home. God has seen, come home." Like, just listen, like you're calling kids, and it's this play back and forth between the two wives constantly. Oh. It only rushes at the end. Yes. Flatcap's hair was being repressed. Mostly the press part. Okay. Bilhah, Rachel's servant, became pregnant again and gave Jacob another son. Then Rachel said, "I have fought a desperate struggle with my sister, but I have won." So she named him Naphtali. Naphtali must mean something like "my struggle." In review, the statement Rachel made in the preceding clause, the name plays on the earlier statement, "with my struggle, I have struggled with my sister." I would have named him "I have won" instead of "my struggle," but okay. When Leah saw that she had stopped having children, she gave her servant Zilpah to Jacob as a wife. Soon Leah's servant Zilpah gave Jacob a son. Leah said, "How fortunate!" So she named him Gad. Come on, mouse. Gad means good fortune. The name reflects Leah's feelings that good fortune has come her way, an expression in her statement recorded earlier in the verse. Flat Cap puts on the cap faster than a speeding bullet. Sometimes. Sometimes I'm not paying attention. Okay, so at my score count, Leah has 4, Rachel has 2 surrogate children. Leah's still ahead. Now all of a sudden, boom, 2 surrogates over here, and the surrogates are now equal. The surrogates are now equal. Then Leah's servant Zilpah gave Jacob another son. Leah said, "How happy am I, for women will call me happy." So she named him Asher. Asher apparently means happy one. So if you want to name your kid something about being happy, sometimes means 99.9%. Okay, so we have, I got ahead of myself. So there we have the 2 count. At this time of the wheat harvest, Reuben went out and found some mandrake plants in the field and brought them to his mother Leah. Daddy issues coming to the front line with all the wife giving. Oh, yes. Such competition between the sisters. It's awful. It's awful. One is loved by the husband, and the other is blessed with children. So we could say the one is loved by God more than the other, or because of the lack of love is blessed by God. It depends on how you want to see it. But here's a weird thing. Well, let's look at the mandrake plant a minute first before we get into the weird part. Mandrake plants were popularly believed to be an aphrodisiac in the culture at the time. Okay. Is this just weird, or is this me? Hey, Mom, I harvested some aphrodisiac that you can give Dad. What? What? Hey, Mom, I went and found some aphrodisiac that you can give Dad. I mean, like, this would be like weird, like I'm just gonna pick a modern thing, like, hey, I was in Mexico, so I picked up some Viagra and Cialis for you, Mom. You can give Dad. What? Like, what? What? I mean, not quite the same, but that'd be kind of the modern equivalent. Like, this is weird, but look, Reuben wants his mom to be the winner because you got four moms in competition here. Or I should say 4 wives. 4 moms. We'll call it 4 moms. We have 4 moms in competition here. 2 moms in reality with 2 surrogates on the side. Dad doesn't have the juice anymore, Mom. I'm thinking of you. You're welcome. Like, what as a mom are you thinking when your son does this? Like, this is so weird. You want to know why? There's things like, why would the Bible put this in here? This weird whole childbirthing competition. Why would it put it in here? This is horrible parenting. This is horrible for the family. It is a dysfunctional family at the highest level. Oh, but we're going to include it. And oh, they're the founders of our family. Okay. And brought some to his mother, Leah. Rachel said to Leah, "Give me some of your son's mandrakes." But Leah replied, "Wasn't it enough that you've taken away my husband?" Okay, the accusation here is the opposite. Leah views this as Rachel stealing her husband when he worked for 7 years for Rachel and Dad's the one that screwed this up. Okay, you have taken away my husband. Would you take away my son's mandrake too? All right, Rachel said, he may go to bed with you tonight in exchange for your son's mandrakes. Like, they are exchanging whose bed he gets to sleep with in. I don't know if they had a set schedule here of when, let's bargain. Yeah. We could go down this road. It's just messed up. So Jacob came in from the fields that evening. Leah went out to meet him and said, "You must sleep with me because I have paid for your services with my son's mandrakes." So on some level, this is just awful. And on another level, this is horrific. I've paid for your services. It's tricky. It's tricky. Yes, I hired you. I have paid for a conjugal visit, husband. So he went to bed with her that night. God paid attention to Leah. She became pregnant and gave Jacob a son for the 5th time. Torah, anyone? Then Leah said, "God has granted me a reward because I gave my servant to my husband as a wife." So she named him Issachar. What does Issachar mean? The name Issachar probably means man of reward, or possibly there is reward. The name play on the words used in the statement earlier. And we know that it's that because we've been... Apparently, husbandly duties were expensive in those days. Maybe. Or maybe her accusation of "you stole my husband" is, since I stopped giving him children, he stopped paying me visits. Like a prized male horse that they used to try to make more of some characteristics of this horse. Yes, he is, stud fees. Leah became pregnant again and gave Jacob a son for the 6th time. And Leah said, "God has given me a good gift." So half of the kids are Leah's when we get to the end. "Now my husband will honor me because I have given him 6 sons," and she named him Zebulun. Okay, so she named 3 sons thinking about my husband will pay attention to me. Then she went and had a 4th son who she just praised God. Then she had a couple of other sons by surrogates that she talked about regards to praising God in some way. And then another son of being blessed. And now she's returned to the game of I will name a son in regards to so Zebulun means honor. Honor. God has given me a gift. Now my husband will honor me. I've given him 6 sons and 2 surrogate sons. So after she gave birth to a daughter and named her Dinah. Dinah will come back later. We'll look her name up when that happens. Then God took note of Rachel. Okay, look at how long her suffering is. Okay? So now I don't know if we need to fully think of all of these sons, all of these children happening. 4 over here, 2 over here, 2 over here. Now these 3 over here, plus a daughter, all of those. That it's like boom over here, boom over here, boom over here. Or if it's just narration telling us for ease of and seeing the repetition of a 3, of a 2, of a 2, of a 3, add 1 more 4. So, I don't know exactly what we have going on there. Okay. But then we have God take note of Rachel. He paid attention to her and enabled her to become pregnant. So, she got the mandrakes. The mandrakes didn't help because, unless she's held on to the mandrakes for a long time, after exchange of the mandrakes, Leah has 2 sons and a daughter. So, mandrakes don't sound like they were worth it, Rachel. You made a bad deal. He paid attention to her and enabled her to become pregnant. She became pregnant and gave birth to a son. Then she said, "God has taken away my shame." She named him Joseph, saying, "May the Lord give me yet another son." The name Yosef may he add. So how would you like to be named? Can I have another? Can I have another? I need one more. not another son. You know, like every time you get called, his mom's looking for another kid. Lucis, you've always thought of phrasing of God's blessing me with a child to mean, and God will really did bless them. Now you think it's just their own hubris sometimes and machinations. No, I really think that they are praising God for this, because we may look at the biology of what is going on with infertility. But in ancient times, they would have absolutely thought, like Jacob was saying to Rachel earlier, like, I can't produce a kid. That's up to God to open your womb. That is up to God to allow it to happen. Now, wrongly, they blame women on this, although here is a case where Jacob's doing everything right. I mean, he's up to 10 kids, 11 if you count a daughter, 10 sons and a daughter. He's doing all right. So it clearly would be, in this case, Rachel having the issues. So, but too often the woman was always blamed, and even all the way up until Henry VIII, it was believed on some level that a son was more valuable than a daughter, and it's the woman who is doing the giving, not understanding the biology of the egg does nothing. It is the sperm that fertilizes, and that's what causes the gender. So, oh yeah, you did think you're learning this stuff. Oh, yeah, I know. I get it. I'm only responding. So you can disagree with me. You can still think it's their hubris. I mean, on the level of the competition, yeah, I think it's hubris in the naming. But the praising of God part, like, well, not all of them were necessarily praising God. A lot of them were in the competition towards each other. So I think it's a both. After Rachel had given birth to Joseph, Jacob said to Laban, "Send me on my way so that I can go home to my own country." Okay. Hey, welcome in, Amp 19, Miss Cassie. Welcome in, Miss Cassie. Glad to have you here. So now he's like, send me on my way. Why is it at the end of all of these kids? He has to work 7 years. Wouldn't all of these kids have taken more than 7 years to have? I think so. Because he had to pay for the second wife. Let me take my wives and my children, whom I have acquired by working for you, then I'll depart, because you know how hard I've worked for you. But Laban said to him, if I have found favor in your sight, please stay here, for I have learned by divination that the Lord had blessed me on account of you. Okay, so what do we have here with divination? Does it give us a clue? I have grown rich, and the Lord hath blessed me. Okay. I thought they were going to have a thing on the divination. They did not. Right. I'm only counting from the wedding, Lucis, so yes, it is 14. I was counting from the wedding forward. So 7 years from the wedding forward is when he should be asking, but it says he waited until Rachel gave birth. If I add up, the 3 kids could have happened in 3 years. And then she stopped having kids, and we have the servant over here having 2 kids, and the servant over here having 2 kids. Those could have overlapped in some way. And then we have the 4 more kids. Okay, if Leah has 3 kids, and they can happen closer than 3 years, I understand that. But let's just say it's 3 years. And then a gap of she's not having kids of a year or 2 years. And then 2 years. And then 4 more kids. We're past 7 years. That's what I was saying. So, But maybe it's 9 months and 9 months and 9 months, which would be even worse. Let's call it, let's just call it a year. Let's call it a year. So it doesn't have to be exact, okay? Again, the 7 is, I think, more symbolic than we want to give credit to. But just pointing out, it sounds like it's more than 7 years. So divination here doesn't sound like he inquired of the Lord necessarily. And because he has household idols, we'll find out later, it does not appear that Laban is a strict monotheist and follows Yahweh either. Maybe he follows him and others. Okay. He added, just name your wages. I'll pay whatever you want. You know how I have worked for you, Jacob replied, and how well your livestock have fared under my care. Indeed, you had little before I arrived, but now your possessions have increased many times over. The Lord has blessed you wherever I worked, but now how long must it be before I do something for my own family too? So he was willing to go away empty-handed to take his family away, and he's like, I'm going to pay you for your work. God has blessed me, but let me pay you. Oh, yeah, Luce is exactly. Yeah, it's 14 from the time he has worked for Laban. Exactly. Laban's just bold with the stay with me at this point. I would give this dude a bombastic side eye and say, sir, you got a bunch of servants. Can I please take my wives and go? Yeah. Not uncle, but sir. He'd been mentally checked off of the family at this point if it was me. Cultural standards at the time of those days or not. Well, we'll see how this progresses. So Laban asked, what should I give you? You don't need to give me a thing, Jacob replied, but if you agree to one condition, I will continue to care for your flocks and protect them. Let me walk among your flocks today and remove from them every speckle or spotted sheep, every dark-colored lamb, and the spotted and speckled goats. These animals will be my wages. My integrity will testify for me later on. When you come to verify that I've taken only the wages we agree upon, if I have any of my possession, any goat that is not speckled or spotted, any sheep that is not dark colored, it will be considered stolen. Agreed, said Laban. It will be as you say. So, he's coming up with a plan now against his uncle. My uncle has swindled me before. I'm coming up with a scheme that will not allow him to swindle me. He saw Jacob as a human lucky charm. Very good way of expressing it. Yes. Yes. Oh, I know the story, and I'm trying to see it from cultural standpoint. Yeah, I know. But I love the like, this is outrageous, preposterous, egregious. Ooh, I need to get that as a blurb. I need to go get that as a blurb. It's egregious. It's outrageous. It's preposterous. Okay. Let's see how far we can get. So that day, Laban removed the male goats that were streaked or spotted, all the female goats that were speckled or spotted, all that had any white on them, and all the dark colored lambs, and put them in the care of his sons. Then he separated them from Jacob by a 3-day journey, while Jacob was taking care of the rest of Laban's flock. So Jacob is caring for Laban's flocks. His kids are caring for his flocks. Notice this. He separates them by 3 days, so they cannot intermingle. And we also need a soundbite from the captain in Pirates of Penzance, or Colonel. I don't know that. But Jacob took fresh cut branches from poplar, almond, and plane trees. He made white streaks by peeling them, making the white inner wood in the branches visible. Then he set up the peeled branches in all the watering troughs throughout the flocks came to drink. He set up the branches in front of the flocks when they were in heat and came to drink. When the sheep mated in front of the branches, they gave birth to young that were streaked or speckled or spotted. Jacob removed these lambs, but he made the rest of the flock face the streaked and completely dark-colored animals in Laban's flock. So he made separate flocks for himself and did not mix them with Laban's flocks. When the stronger females were in heat, Jacob would set up the branches in the trough in front of the flocks so they would mate near the branches. But if, the animals were weaker, he did not set branches there. So the weaker animals ended up belonging to Laban and the stronger animals to Jacob. In this way, Jacob became extremely prosperous. He owned large flocks, male and female, servants, camels, and donkeys. So I don't know enough to know what's going on here with the setting up of these things. Wait, hang on a minute. Let me get the snooze on. Come on, mouse. Come on, mouse. There we go. I don't know enough to understand exactly what's going on here. Has Jacob learned something medicinal by observing sheep, because he's been around sheep his whole life, that if sheep happen to have a certain circumstance, a mineral or something within the bark, that you can make their color do something. But I clearly believe Jacob knew this and had a plan when he said, I'm going to take all of these sheep. I'm going to take all of these goats. I know how to produce them. I'm going to do that. I don't really think that this is a supernatural thing, that he is assuming it's superstitious, and if this happens, that is, because if it was some superstitious kind of thing, then I think Laban might have known about it. I think he's made it by observing them because he's been around sheep and actually caring for them, and Laban seems to be a swindler and not actually doing a lot of work, so he might not have known any of this stuff, but Jacob figured it out. So Jacob now has the undermining plan when he sets out to do this thing. Okay, I'm watching. It's kind of bad on me, but I'm a little bit happy at this point. The trickery just keeps happening, but dude is trying to keep him hostage. God forgive me. I know, like, this story is like such, and like, look how long it's going. Like, it's going on and on and on. So The one thing we do not have, so we have in Abraham and Isaac, is going down to Egypt and also pretending that your sister's your wife. Jacob never pretends his sister's his wife. He doesn't do that. He straight up has 4 wives, so he ain't no pretending there. Okay, maybe not hostage. No. I really think you're right. There is a you can't leave me. Laban did say he was value for him for whatever reason at this point and would pay him to stay. But yeah, lucky charm. Yeah, just let the dude go. Yeah, he totally is. Okay. We are at the end of... Come on. We're at the end of 30, so I'm just going to end there for today. We made it through Genesis 30. Yeah, the wives were sisters. Oh, that's, yeah. So instead of saying that his wife was his sister, his wives are sisters. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay. I don't think I'm going to stream working out today because I need to plan to get ready and take off to drive, so not going to do that today, but I do want to make a short or a reel here that I can clip talking about Reach Conference. Oh, you know what? I should do, let me go here. Let me pull up Reach Conference and do this. You know, the Bible says something about marriage, meaning that a man and a woman become one flesh and family, which generally means they make their own separate dwellings. Let them go be adults. Leave the dude. Stop being a Scrooge McDuck. Scrooge McDuck would be a good good to have in the chat or the blurb as well. Maybe I'll have to go look for a Scrooge McDuck. I think I like this one, perhaps, going on. Maybe not. There's so many things. Yeah, like last year, the secret thing. They didn't even tell you that there was a secret thing. You got a bag when you started. On the bag was a sticker. So when you got swag, the swag told you that there was a game that you could play to go around. And I figured out that there was something going on and people were playing it. And I'm like, yeah, that's not me. I'm not doing that. But it was like, there was super secret stuff I didn't even know about. Okay, we got ads coming in. We get back from ads. I'm going to make a VOD or two here. And then we'll find someone to rate out too. Let's go look at the fishies.
Content creators, gamers, and cosplayers. Last year, ReachConf was an absolute blast. An in-real-life celebration where creators connected, impactful speakers inspired, gaming tourneys, on-stage shenanigans, and fantastic music kept the energy high. It was more than an event. It was a community coming together. Get ready for ReachConf 2025, happening November 6 to 8. All the best parts of gaming and creative culture will be there, live and in person. Last year, we hit capacity, and even with increased numbers this year, tickets are sure to sell fast. Don't miss your chance to be part of the ultimate IRL experience. Grab your tickets now and join the movement.
Stream it live, come what may. With his cam, he shows it all. Little fish, both big and small. Life in ponds so serene. Nature's beauty on a screen. See the ripples, watch the flow. Hear the music, gentle glow. Flat caps charm and calming tone makes the fish feel right at home. Watch the fish, they swim along.
All right, looks like we back. Looks like we back. Just a second. I'm just trying to connect here.
Flat cap shows the way. Stream it live, come what may.
Okay,
Refuse
sorry.
Cam, he shows it all.
Bum, 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 bum. Imagine if they had Kelly Cakes as a vendor speaker at the event. That would be so dope to watch her custom decorate a cake, cookie treat, and sell it. Ooh, whole or sliced. I like the idea of sliced. More people could do it. Are you over in the Reach Discord I'm watching? Because there is a suggestion section over there. I don't know if Kelly Cakes would or where Kelly Cakes is at. I've watched Kelly Cakes from time to time. I don't watch very often. But I was going to say, I don't know if... Oh, my mouse is being bonkers on me. It does this every once in a while. Now I forget what I was going to look up over there. Anyway, I was going to look up the Discord. Anyway, if you're over there or not, you've been invited, but you're just barely keeping up with all the Discords you're a part of. If you had to add one more, you just mail. I totally get that. Totally get that. I was simply going to say there is a channel for suggestions if you wanted to make a suggestion over there. Don't worry about keeping up, but there is a suggestions channel for future locations or speakers or something like that. So if you put it in there, and if you don't, remind me of that next week, and I'll try to put that suggestion in there. So anyway, just trying to look at, come on, mouse, wrong screen. Oh my goodness. Tell you what I'm going to do before I log out. I am going to back up all of my files for OBS here. Okay. So if you are planning on going, if you are connected, here are some of the people. Now, not everybody here is active, okay? Not everybody here is active. And some of these are more active than others. Okay. Oh, anyway, by the way, I am working on, when I get back, potentially having 2 podcasts next week. Looking at one on, you know what? Let me switch the color here. Having 2 podcasts next week. One with Aunt KB, and the other with Z Sarah U. So I'm going to close out a few more things on my computer here. Come on, mouse. Cooperate. Oh, thank you, thank you. Well, like I say, I will still try to stream as much as I am able to. Close that. I don't think these things are doing anything, but I'm just going to start closing everything. Give me some of these while I do that. Close this. Close. Oops. I thought I closed that. Close that. Close that. Leave that. Leave that. That's closed. Okay. Okay, so hopefully that's better. Now maybe my mouse will work better. I don't know why sometimes. So it looks like these ones are being repopulated. Let's see what gallery has. Oh, DJ Profit would be awesome to interview. Well, I will have to reach out and connect. So I'm first trying to connect with people that I know best or know better, I should say. Okay. So let me get ready here on the clippy clip. All right. So why should you go to Reach Conference? Reach Conference is different from any other conference I've been to. One of the things that I really have gone to conferences for is connecting with the people at the conference. I go to a lot of conferences, and there's a lot of speakers at the conference. Well, let me just show you a little bit of what happened. There was shenanigans. Jeopardy was happening. There was music that was happening there. We had fantastic speakers. You know what was amazing to me? The speakers didn't sit in the front row like they were the all-perfect people that we came to see. The speakers speakers were hanging out in other sessions. The speakers were sitting in the back. The speakers were engaging with everybody at the conference. And we at the conference were there because we had known of each other, or some of us knew each other online as Twitch streamers, or we followed other people who we were a streamer ourselves. And we got together, and you know what? There was always something happening. There was things happening all over the place. There was gaming that was happening. There was art that was happening. There was music that was happening. There was always something to do. You were going to miss something with everything you did. You made a choice to miss something. You were going to have fear of missing out constantly because you were missing out. But that's also, there was so many things to do. There was musicians who were there. I mean, I just can't say enough about it. It was encouraging. It was building up. It was teaching. It was engaging. And I can't wait for this year. Okay, I don't know if that was too long, or if that was a minute, or whatever. Oh, reach out to people yeah. One of the things I've been trying to do is only like connecting with 4 people at a time. And if I get a no, then I move on. And if not, I get it'll be a couple of weeks. I keep trying to persist in that group of 4 people and then moving forward. But what I probably should do is make a list, a longer list. So I like that suggestion. And then I can begin reaching out. Because there's some more people here from Reach, like Webby Pumpkin, that I would love to have on as well. Okay. I'm going to go over to the 8 stats a minute here. I'm going to do another one here. All right. What is different about Reach Conference than other conferences? Well, one of the things is it's not only about the conference. There is a Discord community where we engage with one another in between and leading up to the conference. So we are trying to work on 8 different levels. That's going to be the theme, is leveling up our experience, our value in different things. So we're going to level up our experience. We need to grow in our experience. We're going to level up our MP, our inner spirituality, and our belief system in Jesus. We're going to level up our health points. I've been doing, and we've been doing, a 90-day challenge, Helldiver challenge, working together repeatedly with other people, which is fantastic. We're going to level up our minds. We're going to level up our alliances with strengthening others in social and teamwork. We're going to level up our lore. Do we know the history of things? Do we know each other's history? Those kinds of things. Crafted gear, gold. We're working on all of these, laying these out so that you get better. You personally get better, and we as a community get better, and we lift up and build each other up together so that we as a Christian community in the streaming space are encouraged, are lifted up, and are built up in Christ. So that's why you should be in the Discord, and that's why you should come to Reach Conference. Okay, I'll see if those clips worked or not. Jordan Williams Gaming would be excellent. He is genuinely open and loving dude. As long as it works in his schedule, he is down to share. Yeah, that's one of the things I'm doing, is trying to make it work with their schedule. So that's where I'm in the final stages of a Tuesday and a Thursday next week of firming up times and making sure it works. So I've got a window there that hopefully will work, and we'll be able to make that happen. So, but I do have Jordan Williams Gaming, on my list. I'm trying to think if I reached out to him already or not. I don't remember. Let's see who's available. I have not seen Lexi's levels in a while. I think we might go there. You were mentioning Kelly Cakes, though. That's got me thinking. I don't go there very often either. But I have not seen Lexi Levels in quite some time. You think another RC can add on to something like side quests, which can be a way of engaging with someone you've met from Reach Conference by being involved in or coming to support things, and they do off the platform you met them on. In your case, it would be helping them out with the prayer booth or for learning more about digital ministry sphere. You think Lexi will bless for a month. She says she's now streaming full time and will celebrate her extreme anniversary for the next month. First day of work. All right, let's start the raid over there. All right, everybody. No stream tomorrow. Plan to stream on Thursday. I might do some VODs along the way. Just post some thoughts. Maybe, you know what I would love to do? I would love to have more engagement in the Discord. But one of the things is I'm in a lot of Discord, so it's hard to be engaging in every Discord that I am in. It is overwhelming, as we've talked about earlier. But I appreciate all of you. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for your blessings. Oh, wait. I need to bless you. May God's seeking comfort find you. May his loving arms bind you. May his might protect you. May his wisdom direct you. May the joyous love of Jesus Christ be with you and all those you know, both now and forevermore. Amen. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You are a blessing to me. Thank you for being here. I will get stickers in the mail next week.
Flat cap on his head, he's streaming live. Reading from the book, the word so alive. A prayer in his heart that lifts the soul. In the digital world where spirits roll. Hallelujah, from the screen we scream. Join the pastor in the holy dream, spreading love with every verse he reads, planting hope like precious seeds. He's a shepherd with a virtual flock, leading us to faith around the clock. Tapping amen as we raise our hands in this sacred digital land. Don't need a pew to find the light. Through a screen he's shining bright, preaching peace and guiding us right. In our hearts his fire ignites. Hallelujah, from the screen we scream. Join the pastor in the holy dream, spreading love with every verse he reads, planting hope like precious seeds. Chat is buzzing with the gospel truth. Every line a fountain of youth. Bible open pages turning slow. Feel the spirit start to flow. chat is buzzing with the gospel truth. Every line a fountain of youth. Bible open pages turning slow. Feel the Spirit start to flow.
I never wanna miss a moment to give you everything you are. I never wanna miss a moment to pour my all out at your feet, Lord, 'cause you're worthy. You were worthy 10 years ago, Lord, and you're worthy tonight. You were worthy 20 years ago, and you're worthy tonight. Jesus, it's just the truth. You're worthy. You were worthy so many years ago, and still you're worthy tonight, Lord. Oh, that you would have it all. Jesus. Oh, that you would have it all. And oh, that you would have it all. And oh, that you would have it all. Oh, that you would have it all. Here we are tonight, Lord. Here we are, Lord. Oh, we are the offering tonight, Lord. We are the offering tonight, Lord. We are the offering tonight, Lord. It's our lives. It's our love, Lord. We are the offering. Yeah. Let's sing it out. Oh, that you would have it all. 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 Everything we have. Oh, that you would have it all. 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 Just wanna see you honored. Oh, that you would have the glory. Let
when I was young, and you bore